Hey everybody, welcome to the first episode of Rich Talks. Now, I asked all you lovely ladies what topic we wanted to talk about today, and a lot of you guys said that your very first thing that you would love for us to talk about is self-love. Now, I absolutely love this topic because I think that not only for women, but people in general often find that they go through phases in their lives where, you know, they're booming, they're confident, they're happy. And then they go through those moments where, you know, maybe they just had a child, maybe they gained some weight, maybe they have changed careers, got out of a relationship, and they find themselves not loving themselves anymore. They spend so much time focused on all the negative things that it just kind of gets a little bit difficult to maintain having that relationship with yourself. Now, full disclosure, I am not a life coach. These are just my opinions on kind of on self-love and things that I do for myself. So in this video, I am going to basically have 4 tips and 4 affirmations. So basically what we're gonna do, let me get real comfy. So basically what we're gonna do first and foremost is we are going to talk about my 4 tips that basically I would give to anybody, that I give to myself, in terms of just really finding a way to love myself, you know, sometimes when life just gets crazy, just a way to kind of keep pushing myself through. So my very first tip, I have a piece of paper here because I had to write it down because I love this topic so much that I just had so many things to talk about. Keep in mind that I am posting this video, in the day, and then later on tonight we are gonna go live. It'll be when in my caption of this video, and we're gonna go live and we're gonna talk about this video and everybody else's opinion on this topic of self-love as well. I'm so excited. So let's get into tip number 1. So my first tip is visualize your greatest self. Now, I can't emphasize this enough, but I would think that the best way for you to visualize yourself, if you can see behind me, I do vision boards. I use whiteboards. I write it down. I put it in my notepad on my phone, just whatever is convenient in the moment of me kind of getting focused on my best self. And what I mean by that is once you've visualized who your best self is, the only way for that to be effective and to actually work is for you to then live, breathe, sleep, eat, drink. You got to feel that into existence. A lot of people think that the mind is not a powerful thing, but it absolutely is. And one of the main steps that I've learned in loving myself is that you have to train your mind to love yourself too. And there would have been something that led you to not love yourself, so you kind of have to retrain yourself to get back into the groove of loving who you are. Now, when I say visualizing your greatest self, I also mean, it doesn't necessarily only mean, okay, I got to work on myself. It could be visualizing your greatest self, and are the friends around you, do they fit that greatest self? Is the job that you're in, is that who your greatest self will appreciate? Is that up to the standard of your greatest self? When you take the time to visualize who you want to be, it allows you to eliminate the people in your life that are no longer serving you purpose. I find that a lot of times when it comes to self-love, it does, the people around you do play a major factor in how you see yourself. So you really have to take control. You really have to reevaluate all relationships, all things in your life. And the best way to kind of do that is get a piece of paper, write down who you are now, and write down who you want to be, or write down who your greatest self is. And you have to kind of go through all aspects, financially, relationships, spiritually, mentally, physically. What are all the things that you need to do to get to that person? And you kind of have to build a plan. You got to build a plan because everyone goes to work. everyone is organized when they're at work, and everyone sticks to a goal when they're at work. So you really have to push yourself to do that. The power of words is step 2. So tip 2 is power of words. Now, when I say power of words, I mean that when we speak things into existence, when we hear things enough, we believe them. So the only way for us to kind of help train our minds to believe in our greatest self, or to believe in ourselves and love ourselves, is by the power of words. So growing up, we always believe what we are told. And when you say it enough, it becomes real. It becomes your reality. So what I always do is every morning, when I wake up in the morning, I say my prayer, I look in the mirror, and I tell myself 2 positive things. Now, I know exactly what positive things, because I've written down all the things that I didn't like, and I made them all into positive affirmations for myself. So for me, remember how I told you guys I hate how my face is always puffy in the morning? So you know what? When you're puffy, you just a cute little, I'm cute. I'm natural. This is me and my natural habitat, right? Makeup, things like that is not going to change who I am. This is me and my natural aura. So to embrace it, every morning when I woke up, I would say, yes, girl, I love your eyes. Or yes, girl, you know what? I love your lips. Your eyes are so chinky. Your lips are so plump. You woke up in the morning. You're just looking rosy. You're looking fresh. You're looking happy. So you really have to take control, and you really have to put those words in, right? You really have to talk to yourself. You have to believe in yourself, and you have to allow yourself to mentally change. Okay, so the power of words is a big thing. Now, the next thing is the power of your mind. I think that those two kind of work together, but that would be step 3, power of your mind. And by step 3, what it really is that you have to take the time to train your mind. Okay, just like how you spend 30 days going to the gym to build a habit, you got to spend 30 days kind of taking yourself out of the negative aspect. So what I've tried to train myself is every single time that I say one bad thing that I don't like about myself out loud in my head to someone, anything, I have to now counteract it with 3 things that I do love. And I cannot keep going on throughout my day without giving myself 3 positive affirmations throughout it. So if, you know what, I say that I used to hate my gap, but you know what? I love my eyes, I love my smile, and I love my one dimple on the side. So I always tell myself that. You know, when that was a thing for me, it was finding 3 other things that I loved. And I love my lips, and my teeth are a part of my lips. And you know what? My gap is lit, and I got white teeth. So I ain't even hating on it no more. Gap is life. So it's basically just about continuously talking yourself through it, right? It's not going to be easy. We can't change our mindset overnight. So you have to give yourself time, which goes into step 4. Or tip 4, you have to be realistic, and you have to be forgiving. Okay. We give forgiveness to so many other people in our lives. We forgive them. We forgive people that we love for hurting us. We forgive people for doing things that maybe they didn't know was hurting us. Why are we not giving ourselves the same benefit of the doubt? We have to. So what I always do is this. We are on Instagram. Okay. And a lot of these influencers do not show you their entire lives. They influence you basically to not be realistic. And so you cannot get on Instagram, you cannot get on social media, and you cannot compare your lives to what you see other people living. Because the reality of it is that people post stuff and they only post the good. They don't post the bad. They don't post that maybe they were looking in the mirror and they hated how they looked when they posted that picture, but they get on Instagram and they post a bomb ass caption and makes everyone else think that they love it, right? Or they edit their pictures and we don't even know that. And so now we are comparing ourselves to something that is not realistic. So when I say be realistic, it's not going to be that every single day you wake up in the morning and you're like, yeah, I'm a boss ass bitch. I'm boss. I'm like, we would hope it, but it's not going to happen every time. And so you have to be forgiving to yourself. You have to be forgiving to understand that, hey, you know what? Today might be an off day, but tomorrow morning I'm back at it, and I'm not going to let the entire day go with me beating down on myself. You have to be forgiving. There are going to be some times where we disappoint ourselves, and maybe we even disappoint other people. But the thing from it, to grow from it all, is that we bounce back. Do not let one negative aspect or one negative portion of your day, one negative experience, change your experiences for the rest of the day. Change your experience for the rest of the month, for the rest of the year, for the rest of your life. You have to be forgiving to yourself. The first relationship that you should try to get into with anybody, you should get into with yourself. You have to learn to love yourself. You have to learn to love all your flaws. You have to learn to love all the things about you that, you know what, we look into our relationships, we look into our partners to love for us. So there's things about us that we don't love, but we're hoping that the person that we get into a relationship with will love them for us. We can't hold somebody else accountable for loving ourselves for things that we don't, right? We got to love ourselves. We have to embrace it. So celebrate your success, okay? Celebrate them. Be forgiving. Instagram is not all that it seems to be. Not everybody is perfect. My first affirmation is this: I matter. Look in the mirror and say, I matter. I love myself. I forgive myself, but I matter. Okay? That is my first affirmation. My next affirmation is I choose to be patient. I choose to be patient with my journey. I choose to be patient with myself. Be patient. Okay? My third one is my life is amazing. I have life, so I have everything. I'm breathing. I'm living. I'm thankful. Be thankful. Okay? And number 4, it's not really an affirmation, but it's kind of like a tip affirmation. So what I do is every month, because as much as we like to say that we love everything about ourselves, we always kind of build up, right? So first month, you write a list. You just write all the things that you don't like about yourself. Write them all down. Have a hoorah, write it all down, okay? Write everything. When you write it all down, your next step is on the other side of the paper to counteract all the negative things that you don't like about yourself with the positive things that you like about yourself. And every day, every month, every week, whatever is your choice, you take 2, maybe 3 things off of your I don't like list, and you find a way to add them to your I like list. And eventually, when it gets to your like list, it will become easy for it to become on your love list. Okay? So your mission, our mission is, when it comes to self-love, we got to take the steps every day to kind of get there. It's not easy. It's not an easy journey. I can sit here wholeheartedly and tell you that sometimes I find myself battling with self-love too. But the most important thing is to not give up on yourself, okay? When we love other people, when we love people in our lives, our family, we don't give up on them. You are your family, okay? And you cannot love anybody else until you truly love yourself. It is an everyday journey. It's not going to be something that happens overnight. It's not going to be something that never happens again. But the biggest thing for self-love is that you have to be kind. You have to be kind to yourself. You have to be understanding. You have to be forgiving. You have to be loving. You have to build a relationship with yourself as if you were in a relationship with somebody else. Because if you don't have that full relationship with yourself, it's hard for you to allow somebody else to truly love you. You're going to spend a lot of your time worried about all the things that you don't love, that you're not even giving the other person an opportunity to love them for you. And like I said, we have to take accountability. We can't allow ourselves to expect other people to love the things that we don't love about ourselves. If we don't love ourselves, how can we make someone else love ourselves, right? It's also going to be about the friends that you keep, the friendships that you have, the journeys that you go on. So that is my intake on self-love. I hope that, you know, this snippet, this little video was something that will, will help you all. I'm really excited. This is the first episode. So like I said, don't forget to read the caption, because we are going to go live. We are going to get lit. We are going to talk about self-love. Let's share our tips. Let's share our journey together, and welcome to the rich life. The rich talks, girl. The rich talks. It's your girl, KAYANARICH. And like I said, live life rich. Take care, babes.